All right, everybody, let's get started with lesson 26. This is a short one, it's more on the perspective, which we had, I think, 6 chapters back or so. At that time, we were talking about the sejm F, the perspective sejm F, as an independent verb form. So it can come at the beginning of the sentence, sorry, as an initial verb form, I should say. Sejmek, may you hear, basically. Now we're dealing with the other half, namely the non-independent perspective. In other words, the perspective after something else. And I have a quick recap here. What we talked about the last time should be very familiar now. The initial perspective, well, it's a such form, like for example, such may, I will talk, or rechik, may you know it, etc. It looks like a past HMF, but it's negated differently. What else do we have? So it can appear initially and non-initially. We've covered the initial form so far, and we're coming to the non-initial one right now. As the initial verb, it expresses modality. We'll see that for the non-initial, that's not always the case. Like in the initial verb, if you're having a first-person speaker, Jedi, I will talk, I will speak, I shall speak, may I speak, any of those. In the second and third person, it's a wish, more polite than the imperative. Genak, please go or please run. Ergeno, inside. So that's the initial one. Let's talk about the non-initial one, the non-independent perspective. One use case we've seen a ton, namely after RD, to give. And the way that, how does it happen in English actually? Let me do it would be one way how to express it. And you would use the infinitive. The do is an infinitive, I guess. Let me do it. Or cause that he does it. I guess if you wanted to be super formal, cause that he do it. But I'm sure a few people would correct that as wrong grammar. If anything, it sounds super formal over the top. So yeah, in Egyptian, after RD, you have to use the subjunctive. So in other words, let me use an example here, straight out of Neveu. Na, ben there's an R missing here. Ben IRD, so I will not cause aku pairome, that this man, so this is in the subjunctive. This is in the perspective, sorry, same thing. This is in the perspective. I will not cause that this man enters erpai per, into my house. Let me write this out. Ben Yui. There's an R missing here somewhere. No, not that R. Sorry. RD. You're killing me here. RD. And now comes the thing that you don't want to happen, namely Aku or Ak. I guess Ak. Ak pai ramich. Pairome. Per pai paru. Per, I mean. Here we go. So this is, in Middle Egyptian terms, this is like an independent sentence here. It's just a HMF form with a nominal subject. Ak pairemich, the man may enter. Note that the whole thing, I will not let a man and this man enter my house, or in this case, actually, it means my household. I'm not going to let him marry into my family, basically. Note that the negation goes before. You can't negate what comes after the redit. So I don't think you can say Yui the tem occupied image or something like this. No, of course not. I don't think you can. But so you just put a pen in front of it and all is well. Any questions about this one? No, quite straightforward. I mean, we've seen it a lot of times in real life texts. It's super common. It's so common that D plus subjunctive becomes about 40 verbs in Coptic are derived from this form. So, for example, tamo, to inform somebody. For example, tamof would be titamov, titamov. I inform him. What that really is would be tui, I, fd, give, and then comes a verb Uh, by itself, it's ime in Coptic, but it's like a little verb ein, amaf. I cause or I give that he learns, literally, or I cause, I give that he knows. So basically, the Coptic verb to inform is actually d plus a verb that means yeah, to learn, to find out, to email, to know, really, to know. I give that he knows, and then that becomes like a verb by itself. This thing, and there are many of them. There are about 40, and they all start with a TA because that's essentially the leftover of the good old LD. And then that's how we also know the vocalism, the vocalization of the subjunctive or perspective. We know that because there's an O here, must have been an A. So this must really be something like Aka by Ramech or something. But yeah, in any case, I'm speculating on phonology again. But that's kind of cool that that actually does live on. What else? Another use of this form in purpose clauses. So I do something, something in order that or so that, and the so that part comes in the subjunctive. Like, for example, hab, send, um, me is please. Wait. Or send, yeah, send, write to me could also be right. So write please, nay, write please to me, pasecher, the state, plan, designs, hatik of your heart. So please basically write to me what's on your mind, or basically the state of your mind. And then comes aku imaf, that I may enter in it. Sorry, akui imaf. So let me write this out before I make more mistakes here. So, hab, me, send please, me, to me, pasecher, the state. Is that does that get a Y? I'm not sure actually. Don't remember. I think it does. In any case, of your heart, um, aki himaf, so that I may enter into it. So you see, there's just like basically a naked sejam F here, and the implication is purpose. You can also do purpose by having R plus an infinitive, but in this case, I can indicate who should enter. So in other words, I can make that purpose clause with the subject explicitly spelled out. So that's an alternative I can use here with the perspective. Questions about that one? I'm going to get to examples in a moment. This chapter for once is pretty straightforward. A little bit less common, I would say, after certain prepositions or prepositional phrases. Emger after, emchet also means after, etenu every time that. So for example, hang on, I'll just write it. Ched in chati. Again, I think it gets a Y. I should really have checked. And the gentleman's name is Ta. So the traveling northward of the Vizier Ta, you can tell that that's his name because it ends with a determinative. Emger, Emger. Yeah, now it gets tricky. How to transcribe that? Maybe UF? Think so. Icha na Enchure en a resi erpa hebset. Okay. Anybody want to take a guess on this one?
I can do most of it, I think, but you're going to have to help me with some of it.
Sure. Mhm.
So it's the I think sailing north.
Yep. Mhm.
Hedge is sailing north, right?
That's
Sailing
right.
north by the Vizier Ta.
Mhm.
Um, since he went
Mhm.
to take the gods. I don't know about Resi means south, but I don't know what and means.
And Aresi. So that is the southern province, I think. Yeah, southern province.
Hmm.
I should have glossed that
Oh,
one. My
okay.
bad.
Okay, the gods of the Southern Promise to the Hebsed
Exactly.
festival.
That's all it is. So the main grammar point, well done. The main grammar point is just mjed plus perspective. In late Egyptian, it's limited to a few expressions where you can use the preposition plus perspective afterwards. And I had a hard time finding examples. I managed to get one page, which we can look at in a moment. What else? Two special forms of to come. As you can see here, the perspective is normally spelled like this. Can also have a T in there, an extra T, which may be familiar from Middle Egyptian. And then of Iri, it's normally this here. So maybe something like Irai, Ire, who knows? But there is a double reed leaf at the end. Different from I'm trying to think now, does the past HMF have a double Y as well? It might. It might. So no, I'm not going to say anything about whether you can distinguish them by spelling. I think you can. In any case, so yeah, those are the basics. Three different cases after LD in purpose clauses and after some prepositions. And I would say, knowing that, let's go right into it. As usual, I've prepared a bunch of examples, and I think I've glossed most of it. But if there's something you don't know, just let me know. Whoever wants the first one. And nope, I think most of them are not in Iver. I had to search around a little bit, but shouldn't be too hard.
Y'all go.
All right.
All right. We have ich,
Mhm.
and it looks like a ready
It is.
arm there.
It is
Ready,
indeed. Mhm.
ready. Okay, so we have ready. No, is that the coil or is that the number 400? Ready you ek.
Right.
Ready ek.
Correct. Mhm. I think the U is just, I mean, it means something, but we don't know what. Mhm.
And then we have otet or tut,
That's
tit,
right. Mhm.
tu, tit, tu. And we have na, remich, remech,
That's right.
ni, pa, remech. And pa, ger.
That's right. And Trer in this case is the tool. This is something that has to do with the workmen, of course,
Equal those
in the construction
three number
project, I
two.
guess. Okay. And I should say, tut, I'm sure you're familiar with this one, like to be perfect, but it has another meaning, which is to assemble together.
Hmm. Tut. Oh, perfect. Like a form or image. I know Lady Egyptian, it could also mean like a form or an
Right.
image.
As a noun, yes,
Yeah.
that's right. Mhm.
All right. So I guess so this ich here, this is being used as a question, right? Ich.
It can be a question. What? But it can also be used to introduce wishes. Those are the two. And when it's used to introduce a wish, it always comes at the beginning of the sentence.
Okay. So I guess it'd be did you I guess give or put
Mhm.
the images of the form assemble the images, assemble those men,
Yep.
or I guess the worker, the men,
Mhm.
na ba at the tomb, or I guess to the tomb.
Not a bad idea, although that would probably be more like what could be Remich and Pacher?
Image
You
and
had it as knee when you read
workers.
it out, which is correct.
Oh, the worker, the men of the tomb,
That's correct.
or the tomb.
Very good. Now,
Tut.
let's talk about this a little bit. You're correct that the sense is assemble the men of the tomb, but if you take it literally, if tut is assemble, what is tutu?
Assemble your assemble one, or no, this is not a verb. This is assemble your or
Not quite.
assemble
Uh,
one's.
if it were
Symbol.
tutef, for example,
Oh, tut f. He
mhm, he assembles,
tut
right? Or
f.
may he assemble. Um, so if the sentence would be Dedik tutef naremech impacher.
Says, maybe did you assemble your? Did you assemble his men or his those men's at the tomb? Men of the tomb. Let's get this right here. Did you assemble? So his men. No, why am I making it his men?
Nah, you have to stick with the grammar.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
but when you think that, let me help a little bit, because this is tricky a bit tricky. So, if you just had that, tutef not image, forget about the rest. Like tutef not image, how would you translate that?
So tut here. And what is tut here again? So assemble. So he
To assemble.
assemble. I guess
Mhm.
it would be like he assembled those men of
Correct.
the tomb.
You got it. Although it's probably a perspective, so then the meaning would be may he assemble,
And he
or
assembled.
he will assemble, right? So may he assemble the men of the tomb. Okay. Now make it put an aldik in front of it.
Got it. So now this is like a causative thing going on here now, right? It's kind of like a causative verb.
Make him assemble.
Exactly. Exactly. It would be make that he assembled, which of course is bad
Beg your
English.
pardon.
So we would make him assemble, which is just very different from the Egyptian construction. Because in Egyptian you really say, may you give that he assemble the people of the tomb. And then the ich is just to make it a like a wish or something. Something like, please make him assemble. Oh, make him assemble. That sounds too formal. That sounds like the Bible again. So please make him assemble the men of the tomb. And the text goes on and put them all on this side of the village because presumably whatever comes next, like whatever task or speech or interrogation or whatever is to follow.
So it'll be make. So in this case, we got the toot. So make one. So it'd be like a you.
Yes. That's right. Please make one assemble. Great. Thanks for pointing that out. I forgot. So please make one assemble the men of the tomb. Yeah, that's really what it is.
Uh, could that be a oh, what do you call it? A passive? I mean, please make be assembled the men of the tomb.
I see what you're saying. Like, could you read that as a passive? Please give
Uh,
that the men of the tomb be assembled? Yes, I think you could. I think you could.
well,
You could.
maybe that's a bit stretching it. Yeah.
I like to think about it as one, just because that's where it ultimately goes in Coptic, where they would say something like essentially that they say, say being they, do something. But you're right. At this stage of the language, you could also read that as a passive. All right, let's do a few more of these just to get comfortable with them. Any more questions on this one, though? Well, let's see the next one.
I'm happy to have a go at this one.
All right, please do. Hang on. Let
I've
me
been
find
looking
the.
at it.
Uh-huh.
It's ear,
Mhm.
dit,
Neat, yes.
eerie,
Eerie, hold on.
eerie, Yeah, just Erie, I think.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, wait, just Erie or?
Or Erie E?
That's right.
Ga,
That's right. And ga is to tell a lie or to lie.
to tell a lie. So does it mean don't make me tell a lie?
That's exactly what it is. Perfect. Now we just need the grammar. How does this work?
Yeah. Negative.
hmm
Ear, that's what do you call it? Um it goes with a verb. It's I can't think of the word. Uh, periphrastic. Periphrastic,
It
isn't it?
is, yeah, it is. It's the negative imperative, which indeed is being formed,
Yeah.
normally formed with ir. That's right. Emir.
Yes. Yes, it's don't do doing, don't do you doing.
This is crazy when you think about it. Don't do, give that I do a lie. It's like wow. But
Yeah.
in Egyptian it sounds. Hey, I don't think they actually felt the iri here anymore. That was just a particle. In Coptic it becomes imper, and it just is the negative imperative, like don't. Um, I don't think we normally think about the do part of do not when you say don't. I don't know. But yeah, don't make me lie, essentially, or don't give that I tell a lie. That's exactly what it is. And again, it's built formed with the subjunctive. Don't give
Yeah.
that I tell a lie or that I
Right,
do a
do a
lie.
lie. Yeah.
Mhm. Very well.
Yeah.
Very good, I mean.
Okay, I
Uh,
picked a short one.
good move. Actually, this could have been shorter because D is, I'm not sure if it's the only verb. It may be. I think for D, you can also just say MD, don't give. You don't have to use the iri. But for all, I think normally for the other verbs you have to, if you want to form the negative imperative. So for D, you could do without the iri in between. Okay, well done. Next one. Do I need to explain anything here? Let me see. This one is a bit more tricky. There's something before it. So you should do this and you should do that. And then it goes on.
Yeah, I'll go again.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, no, you're good. Unless.
All right. So we have mtek
Mhm.
or imtuk,
Took is better, yeah.
dem,
hmm
demi, or redit
hmm
or reddit,
hmm
ka, now, aj, aj. Oh wait,
Yeah.
aj. Yep, I missed it. Aju. No.
Ajad. Yeah. Let's go with normally
Jui,
it's something like this, but there's something at the end. So you're right. There's some kind of plural ending probably.
jui,
Oh yeah, Sherry. You're right.
sheri,
Mhm. Yeah, and then
and we
something
have
something.
and then I guess this is the word for hand. Dep, is it word for hand. Depetu, dertu.
That too. Although normally it is without a W, what could the W be?
Plural. Detu, detu.
It
Oh no, no,
could.
no, 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 not a plural. Detu, pronoun.
Indeed, you got it.
Our im.
Mhm.
Is this Zakau? Wait, no, this is a
Yeah, no, it is. It
core
is. You're right. It is
Zakau.
Sechau. Or if you're traditionalist, it could also be Sech, but I'm going to stay with Sechau. Yeah, that's right. All right. This one, meaning-wise, is a bit tricky because this is actually, that is an expression. We can try to do it um, verbatim, but I'll probably have to help. I had to look this one up. But what do you
What does
make
the
out of
verb
it? Mhm.
ka? What does this verb here mean? Ka.
So that is to put, to leave, becomes ko in Coptic, to throw, to abandon. Basically, it has like some kind of separative meaning that you're Um, that you're leaving something behind, so that you're letting go of something. Sorry, I'm trying to make it as
So,
general as possible because it's hard to put it into a simple word.
so I guess this would be like so we have a conjunctive here, right? So
Mhm.
and
That's right.
let's see, ten, and you shall not
Mhm.
leave behind, or I guess made to leave behind. Aju Sheri um Aju. What is this? Aju.
Ajit young people. That's what Seth says to. I know that's what about Harris and Seth. I think it's being said that the two youngsters are fighting in court or something. Um, so yeah, maybe youngster, something of that nature.
Okay. You should not leave behind. I guess the small people, the youngsters.
Mhm.
Shit.
Just write it down the way you say it. Mm. Mm. We need to talk about the grammar in a moment.
And then we have our in writing, with writing. Let's see, what is deret? Deretu. They write. Deret.
Okay. Writing, you said. And what do we make out of the dead too? That too?
To in writing. We something or they something in writing.
Yeah. What's the basic meaning of dead?
So I'm thinking of hand, right? I'm thinking of
It's
the word
hand.
deret for.
It's hand.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, so there too would be
Oh, their hands.
okay,
Oh no,
yeah.
yeah, their hands.
You're correct. You're correct. We're getting there. So now we just need to make sense out of it. The first thing you need is think about what comes after RD we just discussed as a verb form.
Another verb, right? Our
Correct?
perspective verb, right?
A perspective. A perspective is a sedgemoth. So this thing here has to be a sedgemoth.
It's the
So
object of verb.
so what you can mentally do is you can just mentally always take the part that's after the LD and treat it as its own sentence. If you had Ha'a na ajay sheri, dead to imsichao. What would that be?
Leave behind the small the youngsters.
But who's leaving? Who's doing the leaving behind? If it is a sedgemoth.
This is the subject here. So
So
who is the hmm. Is this a missing subject or something or
could be, but if you think about it, if it is, we know it has to be a sedgemoth because of the LD. So if this is a sedgemoth, where would you expect the subject to be?
right after the
Right.
ha'i.
So let's try that. Let's assume this were the subject.
Yeah, good. That's good. So the small children left behind.
Leave behind, yeah, or let go or
Behind.
something, yeah. Let's go. And now you have one more problem. M in this case is not in. It is away from, and you just have to know that. So this is the part where I have to help because this is completely not obvious. Um, So Ha'ana Ajad Sheri, that too Msichao is the youngsters let go their hands from writing. In other words, they stop studying, they stop perusing their material, basically doing their homework, whatever. So this is sort of like an idiomatic expression. So how would we maybe that would be maybe a more easy way how to say it um, in English. So this you picked the hard one, but that's what it basically is. So may the youngsters stop studying is basically what he says here. Now we just need to combine that with that em tuk tem redit, and then you're done.
Sherry student.
Go again?
Sherry as student. Do you remember our discussion of Sherry as apprentice?
Oh, yes, that was ages ago. Maybe. Don't let the apprentices, the students. Fine, I'll take that. Don't let I've already gave it away. But yeah, let's fix the first part and then let's bring it together and then we can move to the next example.
It would be, and you shall not permit, or you should not allow.
I like that. You shall not allow. And that's it, right?
This.
That's it. You got it. That's it. What it is. So basically, whenever you see the LD, if you're not sure what's happening, just separate the rest of it out and try to understand that as a sentence. And then just basically, once you're done, you can open the parentheses and make the whole sentence its thing. I find that easier. The same
And
also.
you said that this.
Hmm? Go
I was
ahead.
going to say, and you said that this deret im zachau is a idiom for to study.
Not quite. It literally says cha'a, to abandon, to let go, jatu, their hands or their hand. And then the M is the away from M, not the in. So
Away
away from their documents or from their writing. So I think the whole thing is probably an idiomatic expression. The ha, the tu, emsichao. I had not seen it before, and luckily, the example where I found it, I think in Chernigol, it was glossed in there. Otherwise, it's puzzling. But grammatically, it's nice to see how this works, basically. And you can also see you can use the LD after anything. You can use it after an imperative, or in this case, after another subjunctive, actually. You can use it after a negative imperative. You can use it after, like you said, a conjunctive. It's really not limited. You can negate it by putting, in this case, putting tem in front of it. So there's multiple things you can do. All right, that was a hard one. Let's do one more.
I had another quick question.
Go for it. No.
So this im zachau. So could zachau be a state of here?
I think it's a Word document. Let me see.
Okay.
Bear with me.
Now, you said not writing, their hands not writing. I just figured maybe we're looking at the verb zachau as zachau as a verb.
Got you. I mean, that's a good question. Let me quickly take a look at that.
And again, I only said that because of the M kind of is acting as a negation, like not writing. So that's why I was thinking that maybe it's a verb.
Right. Oh, you mean this M here?
Yeah.
Now, this is the preposition from. So
No, I know, but when you said writing, I'm thinking of writing as like a verbal
yes, I see what you
action.
mean. It's like
Or this means their writings, right? You mean their writings?
yeah, it's a good question because we have English is just so efficient, right? Writing could be the object, could be the verb. Let's have a quick look at that. Zecha, 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 zecha. Let's look at the whole thing. So zechayid are actually writings as the documents. Okay. But also zechao, record. That was the one I was thinking of. Then of course zechao, the scribe. Whether they pronounce the same way or differently, who knows? The verb itself, to write,
What about the Zahao scribal materials?
could also be, right? Like
Yeah,
take their hands
Yeah.
away from the scribal
further-
materials, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
because it has that little determinant at the end, a bit of string.
Right.
Does it work with M of predication?
Could be an infinitive too. Infinitive there.
I would not think it's the M of predication though. Because I mean the M of predication is as something, right? As a scribe is what you're thinking. Put down,
sort of.
let their hands go as scribes. Not impossible. But I don't know. Maybe, maybe, maybe. I mean, yeah, could be, could be. No, the more I think about it, possible, possible. So it could be as scribes, could be from the documents. Oof,
It would mean the same in a way, but yeah.
it would mean the same thing, wouldn't it? I think grammatically, if that were the word, if this were the word, the scribe, I guess it could work. Then you'd have to explain why it doesn't have a person determinative at the end, but again, all possible.
I think we're trying too hard. I mean, I
I
think
think
it's
I think the same.
pretty straightforward.
It's pretty straightforward, yeah.
We're refusing to accept the straightforward explanation. That makes sense.
It's a little bit like that when you hear hooves, think horses, not zebras.
Yeah, exactly.
That's sort of the thing. Let's do one more and then move to another topic. I mean, another construction. Whom have I not heard from today?
So this is D2 IRF Ank Neb Ankwajeb Seneb.
Oops, hang on. Yes, I think you had it.
Not
Mhm.
completely sure what it means though. Cause that one that he make a promise to the Lord or give life to the Lord.
You got it. Now,
Or he
almost.
makes sandals for the Lord.
You're very close. Just what's the tense on the first one? Probably.
I'm not sure. That's what I'm missing.
Could be two things.
One gives, one does.
Close, yeah. So it could be past tense. One gave, or it could be may one give, right? In context, it is a narrative, so I'll go with the past tense. So that's a past terjemah. D2, one gave, and then the rest. I think you had it.
So he had made life for the Lord.
Yeah, it's just not
Or
a.
give life to the Lord.
It's not a.
Or is
It's
it
not
promise?
life. Close. Oath
Yeah, oath, okay. Yeah.
that
So he gave an
he's.
oath to the Lord.
I'll make it more idiomatic that he swore an oath to the Lord. Life
And I
oath.
love playing this game of placing Ankh with sandals instead. It makes sense all the time in hilarious ways. And he made sandals for the Lord.
He makes what? I'm sorry.
And he made sandals for the Lord.
Sandals for the
If you
Lord. Yeah.
place Ankh with sandals,
Yep. Yeah, this is pretty serious, though. I just read a case of that last night because there was one of those examples in here, not in here, next page, um, where somebody had stolen, well, was accused of having stolen something, and then, of course, the court asked that person to make an oath. Becomes a false oath. The consequences are not good. This is taken seriously, I think, to swear that something will happen. But yeah, that's what it is. Anash in Coptic, as opposed to Onech, which is live. So they're somehow pronounced differently. Okay, so same logic. D2, one gave. EDF, that he may literally, but really in English we would make it that he swore an oath. Oops. And Neb, I forgot something. All good? If yes, then let's move on. I have a few more. Um, hmm, yeah, we still have a bit of time. This one should be all familiar vocabulary with one exception. This one we had a long time ago and never again. Kayu here is actually ka. And kn is beside, with, by somebody. I think you'll need that one. Everything else is hopefully familiar. No wrong answers, so
Yeah.
okay.
Idu,
Yeah, right. Good point. Iru.
Nahai,
Mhm.
Haru,
Yeah, Haru, isn't it?
D,
Mhm.
Ka,
I hate it.
it's a registered trademark there.
Everything is trademarked in this.
U,
Hmm?
oh,
Oops, did I
Ka
forget
and
something? No, I did not forget something. The N is there, sorry. So you had RK and?
uh, U,
Oh, this one. This is still part of it.
yeah.
This is the whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
oh, okay. And E,
That's right. Mhm,
I mean, sure. Uha, E, Su.
mhm. That's right.
Um, Iru.
Yeah, the Iru is surprising.
So surprising that I'm not sure how to translate it.
I'll help. And I admit this is something we may not have seen before. Uh, what if we just make it this Yair, something like this? I think that's correct. I hope it's correct. Let me check if it's correct.
Um, is it like, oh, spend some days?
No, I'm a fool. Sorry. You're right, but I just checked it. I forgot that how that works. Okay. Mhm. Yeah, spend some days is good.
Spend some days there.
Mhm.
Um, with me.
Mhm. Actually, probably better here. Spend some days here with me. Mhm.
Um, Wuha isu. I can't remember what wuha is.
To search,
Wuha is.
to look for.
Oh, and I will look for it.
Mhm.
Oh,
Or
this is from Wenamun, isn't it?
you got it exactly. That I may
Yeah.
look for it. Mhm. So Werner Moon has lost a considerable amount of money as he's docking in the port because one of his own sailors has made off with the money. And he's now going to the
Oh, so is this
local.
please spend some days with me?
You wish you were to say please, but he actually puts that in the imperative. And the imperative gets that little pathetic yacht. I wasn't thinking about that myself. But that's the difference
Oh,
between
oh,
ire and ari. It's that funny extra little vowel. So this is actually the imperative. So
Yeah.
okay.
so yeah, it's basically spend some. Actually, that's not Benamun speaking. It's the chief of the town speaking to him. Spend some days here with me that I may look for it.
If, if I may
Oh,
comment, it's strange spelling at the beginning there with an R in the high and an R in the haru. Is that
yeah.
common?
So this one actually is. And the reason is that the R by this point in time is not pronounced anymore. It's actually ho or how. So they're still spelling the R because it used to be there, but
Yeah.
sort of like the GH in English night. But yeah, in reality, it's already how. The R comes out again in the plural. Now in Chai, I thought that does that always have a an aleph?
I thought it did.
I thought it
I
does,
thought it
right?
did.
Okay.
Well, I know the word nahi, meaning a little,
That must be
bit of
it.
something,
That must be it. Let's have a
but
look at.
without the R in there.
Hmm.
So perhaps it's another
Right.
pronunciation change.
We could just look for some, right? That should do the trick. Some. There we go. Yeah, you're right. There is no aleph in that form. But I could swear I've seen. Yeah, see, it happens a lot,
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
but it doesn't have to happen. It could just be like this. So there's like a
Yeah.
ton of attestations here without it. You're absolutely right. But there's also a fair amount with it. Mm,
Yeah. Yeah.
in Coptic, it becomes Hoine, or abbreviated hen. But that tells me that the stress is on the second syllable in Kainu or something. That already sounds like Hoine to me. So kind of cool. I think it's sort of telling you where the stress goes. I don't know. Hmm. Although the the Y could do the same thing. I don't know. So both are correct. All right. Anything else about this one? I put the little commas just because it helps me to indicate that, hey, in English, this would be a whole separate sentence. Of course, in reality, you have to find that by yourself. Let's do this one. This one from without context will sound a little bit weird.
I can go.
Give it a try.
Okay.
Okay. Henu.
Oof. Oh, well. Okay. Nope. Wrong one.
No, I'm sorry. I read it too badly.
Bad keyboard disease. Here we go. Yeah. Did you have the N already? N, right?
Oh, I thought it was all one N. Henu.
Yeah, these here. Sorry.
Oh. Wait, how far? No, I thought
Oh, this one. Yeah, this is
this.
one. Okay.
So Henen.
Mhm.
Henu is what I assumed.
Maybe, huh? I don't know about that new there, but yeah.
Yeah, then what's not written there?
Just tell me how to go on. Oh, you mean this stuff here? I have no idea.
Yes.
I have
All
no
right.
idea. I think it's just annoying.
Yeah, sorry.
I think it's just annoying.
Just annoying. Was that red then?
This is all the same thing. Like to make haste, to run, to walk.
Oh, okay. Right, so hen nen then.
That's right.
Im.
Yeah. That's right. Although very early on, this mixes with something else. Oh, I realized this one is harder than I thought. And I may have made a mistake here. This may have to be a, bear with me.
Yes.
I think that could be an A2 man, not an A1 man. Let me fix this real
That
quick.
would make potentially a bit more sense.
More
yeah.
sense, right? Yeah. That's my bad.
Because A1 and then K is going to ask what's going on.
Yeah, I think this is better.
Okay, so Imka.
Yeah, okay. Oops.
Su.
Mhm.
I. Huh. Oh, there is a stroke there. So just ir.
Okay.
Mau or
Yeah, the whole thing is written in group writing. So it's actually a simple preposition.
So it's actually
A simple preposition. It's nothing complicated. I think you've seen this one before. Becomes num in Coptic. Or men.
No, doesn't help me at all.
Okay, all right. I'll just tell you. It's Edom with the successor of Hana.
Oof, yeah, I'm sure we had that. Doesn't mean I remember it.
And then at the end,
So Yeah, which so au
Yeah, just U.
or just u? Yeah.
So this whole thing is Idem. It's spelled.
And this okay.
So this here is just an M. This is really just a da. And then I'm not sure what the double stroke is doing before that. And then you have like the first initial consonant, so the first initial vowel, Idem. So Idem is with.
Right. So with them.
Correct. Now we just need to fix this puppy. It's not im, it's something else.
Oh. Well, what is it then?
Venom.
Yeah, of course, that's another option.
I think that they start doing that in Middle Egyptian already. That they
Yes, they do.
they do, right?
Just didn't remember the option.
Right.
Yeah, that makes a little more sense with the determinative. Okay, so right, you said hen was to
Hurry.
Hurry. So we hurry. You eat it with them.
And now think about the whole thing.
We hurry.
Being...
No, sorry, you were saying?
Think about the whole thing being having like a, how did I call it? What did Neveu call it? Say again?
Yes. What was going to correct that? We hurry that. You may eat it with them.
That's right. Whatever it is. I have no idea what the context is. So then the only thing we hurry, is that really a simple present tense or is this something else?
What does that look like? Looks like Sejamef.
So what are your two options?
We will hurry.
Yep. We'll hurry or maybe let's hurry.
Yeah, let's hurry.
Let's hurry that you may eat it with them. Whatever, like I said, whatever it is in that context, I have no idea. Sorry. Okay, very good. Any questions about this one? If not, let me do the next one. It's a bit longer. I see something in the chat. So we have to go. All right. Well, hope you have a good weekend. Thanks for joining. And yeah, let me do the last one on this page. If I remember. Okay, here we go. Ir pai I. Oops, sorry, wrong. Ir pai neb dit. Okay, so ir pai neb dit could be my lord did cause or may my lord cause. You would only know from context. In this case, it is may my lord cause. Cause what? Iritu seba entai eschime. So may my lord cause iritu seba entai eschime. That one gives seba entai eschime to this woman. Seba can be two different things. It can be teaching or it could be punishment. The whole thing is from a court case, reporting what has happened so far. So punishment in this case makes more sense. That one give punishment to this woman. This woman, ichai paha, or actually it's pachel. I'll talk about that in a moment. That is this thing here. Mietet pawesheb. Another object over here. I say object because it ends in copper, right? So these things must be copper objects. So, and then it goes on. Tem, ket, sechime, mikedu. No, not mikedu. Mikedu? Yeah, mikedu. Mikedu. Mikedu se, wechem iret emitet. Okay, that's quite a handful. So I thought I'd walk you through this real quick. So, may my Lord give, that one give teaching, or no, not teaching, sorry, punishment to this woman. Ichai pachel emitet paweshep. Ichai is to take or to steal. So something steal, pachel. Chel is actually apparently it's a pick, like the instrument, the tool, like an axe, basically. Didn't know this word, but and apparently it has an L instead of an aleph. Let's just roll with it. But basically, it is that somebody in the village had complained that his pig had been stolen. Everybody has been basically asked about it. Eventually, somebody comes forward and accuses the woman about whom the sentence is about, that she saw this woman take it, basically. And after a lengthy interrogation, stuff has been found at her house. So basically, this woman, ichai paichel, emitet pa weshep. Emitted likewise, or also pa weshep. Weshep is some kind of copper bowl, copper vessel. Neveu has, or at least the English version has, the censer, like the censer for incense. I was not able to find it in the TLA, so I'll just go with the vessel. So the woman, something, something, take the censer and the pick. At Ichai, it would make sense to assume that that is some kind of participle. So the one who has taken, the woman who has taken the chel and the worship. And then comes our grammar point. Tem ketserchime mikedetse, so that no other woman like her, wechem ire emitet, do something similar. So yeah, that's basically what we have here. So another purpose clause at the end. Let me think about this for a moment. Does this work? Wechem ire.
Is that the verb to repeat? Wehem? Is that verb?
Yep, and you can use that to basically say do something again, like the re or re prefix in English, basically, like to redo it. The only thing that confuses me a little bit, why is that a prospective? I mean, this one is. So the sentence is still good, but I don't see the prospective here. As a matter of fact, what is this? I'll have to look into this one. Let me do a follow-up on
Just a
that.
suggestion, if I may. I mean,
Yes.
it's sort of the spirit of it is so that it's a deterrent to other people doing the same thing.
Right.
And in that sense, it's future and subjunctive and to stop anyone else who may do.
Right.
Is that a helpful thought?
It is, because I think what actually happened is, and I should have been more careful, this one is again from Neveu, and he says the construction and purpose clauses is negated by means of tem, which is indeed true, but that doesn't mean that the thing itself is a subjunctive. So this is a way how to negate the subjunctive and purpose clauses, but I would say, or the perspective and purpose clauses, but it's not, I don't think this counts as a perspective itself, because where's the sedgem? You know what I mean? It's just tem plus subject plus verb. I have to think about this a bit, but I don't think this is only in the chapter because it is the negation. Oops, should have paid more attention. Very cool. Should we break here? We're already at the hour. What we could do is I have 4 more examples for this. I can send them if you want to look at them. We just take them as a homework. That's one option. I was just actually reading the text that last sentence came from. It was kind of like in a nutshell interesting. It's a little piece, essentially an ostrakon, about that court case. For once, not a tomb robbery, but just basically somebody stealing in the village and how people deal with it. If you're interested, I can send you this one. We could go over that. It's just pretty legible Lady Egyptian. So that could be fun. I could do both. I could send you the whole thing and basically pick whatever you like. Any preferences?
I like that, the whole thing.
Okay.
Is this some kind of Lady Egyptian reading book you have?
It is the late Ramesside. It's the Ramesside inscription, and there is a ton of it. Yes, there are multiple volumes of that. It has a few Sechem Fs in there, which is interesting grammatically, but not a problem. Yeah, then let me send you both and see what you like. We should have enough time. Then I basically put a pause button on the next chapter, which is 27, which will be participles. So the last big chunk that we're missing, participles and relatives. And then I think we've covered, hang on, let me make sure, but I think that's relative forms. Yeah, then he starts to go into clauses. Relative clauses, adverbial clauses with ir at the beginning, with when. So then we're already going into like syntax basically. Very cool. Almost done with the forms. All right. Well, on that heavy note, thanks so much for joining and see you all, well, either on Monday, next Saturday, or the following Saturday. Yeah, have a good one.
Okay.
You.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a good weekend, everyone.